Man, 10 years goes by way faster than you think. Like, I remember thinking, dang, 10 years ago, I was in middle school. Then it turned into, dang, 10 years ago, I was in high school. And now I'm sitting here like, wait, I graduated 10 years ago? I've had my college degree for 10 years at this point. What do I have to show for it other than being able to be hireable? Anyway, that don't even sound real. Like, when did all this happen? I'm not even, trying to be dramatic here. It's just you look up one day and time does not feel the same anymore. Because when you're younger, 10 years feels long. Like, that's a lifetime. That's forever. But now, 10 years feels like a couple of phases ago, a couple of versions of me ago. And now I'm a mom with an 8-year-old. So now time hits a lot different, because if 8 went by this fast, what is 10 about to feel like? Like 2 years from now, I'm going to be sitting here like, dang, remember when he was 8? And that thought, it doesn't scare me, but I have to let it sit with me, because I think in 10 years, my son will be 18 years old. Wow. Because I just feel like almost 10 years ago, I was 18 years old. I'm 33. But like at 28, 10 years ago, I was 18. I'm not that far from 28. But I remember being 10, and back then I was getting in trouble a lot. And at the time, I really thought I was just, a bad kid. Like, I believed that. I thought something was wrong with me. And now that I'm older, I know that I wasn't. I wasn't bad. I wasn't a bad kid. I was bored. I was unchallenged. I needed more than what I was getting, and I didn't know how to say that. So it came out as a behavior. That's what people saw. And when you're a kid, you don't know how to explain yourself like that. You just hear what people call you, and you become that in your own head, and that sticks with you. Like, that really sticks with you. And I think about that version of me a lot sometimes. Like, I wish I could just sit next to her for a second. Not to change anything, not to redo life, but just to be able to hug her and be like, you're not bad, you're actually pretty cool, and nothing's wrong with you. You're gonna be okay. Because she didn't know that. She couldn't see that yet. And, that's what's crazy about time. You don't grow up and leave yourself behind. You carry every version of you with you, every single one. That 10-year-old you, still there. That version of you that felt misunderstood, they're still there with you too. That version of you that didn't feel seen correctly, still there. That's why certain things hit a lot harder and deeper for you. That's why certain memories don't feel as far as they should, because you didn't lose yourself. You just kept on going. And now I look at my son and I see how small 8 really is. Like, he's just a kid. He don't know no better, unless I give him the tools to show him better, so that he has the awareness to be better. He's still figuring things out, still learning himself, still needing a lot of patience from not only his mom, and it makes me think like, dang, I was just a kid too. And yeah, it was over 20 years ago. But nobody really tells you about this part. Nobody really tells you how much grace you deserved back then. You kind of have to figure that out later as you're adulting, when you're on your own. And by the time you figure it out, 10 years done went by. And now regular moments feel a lot different. Not because everything, is perfect, but because I know how fast this becomes a memory. Like this version of my life right now. I'm gonna look back on this, and I don't want to feel like I rushed through it. Like I was just trying to get to the next thing. Because life's not really about waiting until everything feels together. That moment doesn't ever really come. You just get better at noticing what's already here, what's already yours. And I think that's where I'm at right now. Just realizing, time moves regardless. It stops for no one. So I might as well be here for it fully. And if you really think about it, there's probably a younger version of you that you're still being too hard on. And maybe you weren't a bad kid either. Maybe you just needed more. Maybe you just needed to be understood. Maybe you just needed somebody to see you correctly. And you never got that. But you're here now. And that counts. That really counts. And if 10 years can go by this fast, then maybe it's time to be, a little softer with yourself too. I don't know. Just something I've been thinking about. If you made it this far and you've really been sitting here listening to me this whole time, you already know. You're not just listening. You're a grateful heart. I appreciate you for being here with me. I'll sit with you in the next one. I love you. Peace.